In this video, I'm going to tell you 5 reasons why right now is the time to play Star Wars Legion. Hello and welcome to another Top Table Gaming video. You're joined by me, Top Table J, and today I'm going to bring you my 5 reasons I think checking out Star Wars Legion is exactly what you should do right now. Now, I've always thought Star Wars Legion was a great game, but there are lots of reasons, and I'm going to give you 5 why I think right now is the time to dive in and play. Since launch, it's blown up massively, and I would recommend that you all check this one out. There'll also be an extra little bonus tip, so do stick around till the end. Without further ado, let's jump into tip number 1. The first reason is a pretty obvious one. Let's get it out of the way. It is Star Wars. Now, we all love miniature games. That's why you're watching this video, and that's exactly why I'm making them. But licensed games definitely cure more than one itch, and who doesn't love Star Wars of our generation? You get to reenact big epic battles, whether it's Endor or Hoth, and use your favorite characters from Luke and Han and Chewie and Leia, or even Dooku and General Grievous, and throw them on the tabletop. And playing a game that we're all so fondly attached to, like the Middle-earth fans of this channel, will only help with the immersion and what will draw you in. And my God, does it look cool. The amount of times I'm playing a game and I'll just step back and go, that looks awesome. And the immersion and kind of the love for the setting is definitely a reason that it's worth checking out. Tip number 2 is, of course, the fact that we now have 4 factions. When the game launched, we only had access to, of course, the Rebels and the Imperials, and I absolutely adore Luke and Vader duking it out. But with the release of the Clone Wars era, we now have the Clones and the Separatists, and this gives us 4 full factions to explore, all fully interchangeable, and you can play Clone Wars era against normal. It's absolutely fine, and it's just awesome. Like, you can be running Luke, Han, Leia, and lots of Rebels. You can be running Vader and Veers and Imperials, and now you've got access to the Separatists with Dooku and Grievous and all the droids. Who doesn't love the droids? And of course then you've got Obi-Wan, Rex and the clones, and you're even seeing like the AAT vehicles, and it's just the range is just expanding rapidly. And the fact that we now have 4 factions means you're going to have constant, varied, interesting game. We used to just play Rebels versus Imperials, or Rebels, Rebels, Imperials, Imperials. Now, with 4 factions, the amount of different games you can play, and the fact that 4 factions means 4 different play styles, just means this game is getting so much legs tactically and thematically and aesthetically. It's definitely worth checking out. Reason number 3 is kind of linked to number 2. I elaborated a little bit. It's the amount of units we now have access to in the game. When the game launched, as great as it is, it did get a little bit tough just playing Stormtroopers and speeder bikes and an AT-ST into Rebel Troopers and things, and an Airspeeder. But now, like, if you look at just the Imperial faction, we've got Death Troopers, Snow Troopers, Scout Troopers, we've got Shore Troopers, really filling out that kind of infantry and specialist slots. We've got AT-STs, we've got Dewback Riders, we've got Royal Guard, we've got Palpatine, we have Bounty Hunters in Boba Fett and Bossk, and more still, and that is just one faction. So the variety means within your faction, you've got multiple lists to build, multiple styles, whether you want to play for theme or competitiveness. There are multiple options in there for you, and the vast array of models and units now available for the game really gives this crunch to the game that is absolutely incredible. Reason number 4 is one of my biggest ones. It is skirmish. So, for those of you who don't know, a few months ago they released skirmish rules for Star Wars Legion, and this is a free PDF online, so do go and grab it. And what this lets you do is, instead of 800 points, you play at 500 on a 4x4 map. Now that is just ideal. It means it's much more accessible to people, because a 6x3 you might not have room to play on at home, or you may not own. A 4x4 really condenses the battlefield, and at 500 points, and they've changed the requirements of what's needed a little bit. At 500 points, this game is a bit shorter, snappier, crunchier, and just encourages getting into the action. And it's incredible they released this as a free expansion to the game. Do go and check it out and download it. I'll stick a link in the description below. It's well worth trying, and it is my favorite way right now to be playing Star Wars Legion, so check it out. Last but not least, I want to talk about some of the gameplay mechanics that make this worth checking out. First of all, the movement is just exquisite in this game. You have range 1, 2 and 3 movement tools which pivot in the middle spot, and you don't have to worry about moving your whole units using this ruler. You move the unit leader, and then all your troops just have to be within range 1, and this keeps it really fluid and thematic. And there is actually a tactical element to this, putting certain models out of sight, certain models in cover and stuff like that, and the movement is exquisite in this game. Next up is the mission cards. At the start of the game, one player will put down his card deck, and there are 3 sets of 3 cards which outline the mission, the deployment, and the conditions that you're playing in, and you both alternate in taking 2 turns at vetoing one of those cards, and then what is left after that is the mission you will play. This is excellent, and it gives such a huge variety of missions, and there may be a mission you don't like, but then in that case you can try and get the conditions and the deployment that will favor you, and it means that the variety of games is almost infinite, and you'll never be playing the same game twice. And I believe we've got more of these coming soon too. This is a great mechanic which I love. And then it is worth noticing, this is a Fantasy Flight Star Wars game. I absolutely love the crew building and list building aspects. You of course purchase your units, and then each unit will have a variety of different upgrade slots which you can purchase upgrade cards into. So it means that a Stormtrooper unit isn't necessarily a Stormtrooper unit. It could just be 4 guys, or it could be 6 with a heavy weapon in there, or the variety of different things. Like you can take an AT-ST as it comes, or you can load it with guns, and due to the Arsenal rule it can shoot multiple of them each turn. The fact that the upgrade cards bring so much to the game really makes sure that every list and every unit is individual to your playstyle and how you want to play it, and this for me is huge. I adore this side of the game, and those are just some of the gameplay mechanics that I think you will like. Now, I did promise you a little bonus thing in this video, and that is, while we are all unfortunately stuck in isolation, I can say hand on heart to go and check out the Tabletop Simulator mod for Star Wars Legion. I've tried a lot of stuff on Tabletop Simulator and all good, but nothing compares to the Legion mod. Absolute credit to whoever has worked on this. It is an absolutely incredible thing, and it is beautiful. All the cards are in there, all the models are in there as full 3D painted models. A lot of the actions and stuff is automated, so if you need to get your gaming fix while in isolation, check out the Tabletop Simulator version of Star Wars Legion. It is fantastic. I tried it this weekend and I would recommend it to anyone. Okay, thank you for watching. Those are my top 5 reasons you should be playing Star Wars Legion right now. Let us know what you think. Do you play Star Wars Legion already? And would you like to see more of it on the channel? Let us know below. And also, those of you who are fully aware of the game, let us know any more reasons why people should check it out in the comments, for those of you watching this who might want to be getting involved. Do check out our other videos on the site, and go and join the Top Table Gaming community on Facebook if you haven't already. That is a great hub for all things hobby. And until the next video, I've been Jay, and I'll see you soon.